Back again, viewers and subscribers. I don't know the boy Yardman there. Pleasant good morning to each and every one. Yes, people, today is the day. But before I get into the video, people, something is bothering me. Something pisses me off so much. I just have to speak about it. And what I'm going to speak about, people, is I hear White Yardie and Robbie sitting down, and his White Yardie says something that pisses me off. Stay tuned, people. But before I get into all of that, people, yes, today is the day that we face Westham without a recognized striker again. And I hear a lot of people talking about how Mikel Arteta is a genius after what happened at the Leicester game. Me personally, I don't see it like that. I don't see that we are lucky because we were under the push for over 80 minutes. Or maybe 78 minutes to 80 minutes. We couldn't break Leicester down. And he made that substitution and bring on Mikel Merino for Raheem Sterling. And there, Mikel Merino go on and score 2 goals. But that's not the be-all and the end-all of Arsenal. We don't have a recognized striker. We're going in the Premier League to play. We were playing PSV in the Champions League last 16. And it's not going to be an easy feat, people. We know PSV is not playing well over there in their league, in the Dutch league. But we cannot go and take them that simple, people. Without a recognized striker and no Mikel Merino, for me, I just class us as luck. We were lucky to score them 2 goals, Mikel Merino. So I don't know, people. I don't know. We're going to face a better defensive Westham team. Yeah, and today is the day where I hope and pray that Mikel Arteta doesn't do a 360 and drop Raheem Sterling, because a lot of people have been talking about Raheem Sterling is not playing good. But one of the things why Raheem Sterling is not playing the way we know that he can play, I know the media come out and say he's done, but not because he's a born Jamaican, I'm defending him. No, I know the guy have the potential. Come on. Raheem Sterling put a lot of weight on himself to go out there every time he go out there on the pitch for Arsenal and play well. So that pressure that he put on himself, people, it is more than what anybody else can put on him. And we see in the Leicester game where he get offside a couple of times, is a pressure. And I hope Mikel Arteta can put an arm around him as a manager and let him know to just calm and relax and just play his game. The game will come to you. Now, what I would have really liked to see is Mikel Arteta today put Raheem Sterling as a false 9. Don't play Trossard there, because when you watch the game, people, Trossard always drift back to the left. Him always going back to the left and leave that space empty. So Leicester was playing so good because Trossard wasn't playing that false 9 properly. And the only person who actually play false 9 on a regular in that team right now is Raheem Sterling. So you have to play him there, Mikel Arteta. Switch it up today. We know Nwaneri actually putting in cross because Leicester didn't want him to cut in. So they sent him down to the byline and him putting in cross, people. And there was hardly unlikely nobody there to actually go on the end of that cross. And when Mikel Arteta made that substitution, you see Mikel Merino was there for the header, he was there for the second goal. That's what we want. And Raheem Sterling is very tricky, he's fast. We know that he loses a pace, a yard or 2 because he's getting old. He's only 30, people, come on. He's only 30 years old. But yes, we know that he doesn't have that speed that when he was 25, 24 in his teens. But play him through the middle, Mikel Arteta. Please do not drop Raheem Sterling, because you will do more bad than good if you drop him. So play him through the middle today. We have a much better chance against Westham, who have a much better defense. We know Paquetá is not going to play today, he's injured. So Westham is not that full strength, and we know when Paquetá play, they are much better all around the team. So we need to play that way today, and please keep Mikel Merino on the bench. Start with the same starting 11, but put Trossard on the left and put Raheem Sterling actually as a false 9. The next thing I'm going to say, I know Ben White is fit and ready, and Ben White is an overlapping defender. I will start Ben White today. Either you drop Timber, or you play Timber on the left and you're going to drop Skelly. I don't know, but I believe that Ben White's supposed to come back in the team today to give we that attacking threat that we know Ben White can do. We don't get it that often from Timber when he play on the right, but put him on the left and see what can happen. Even Kieran Tierney and Ben White is the most attacking defender you have. And without a striker, I believe they are the sort of player you should be playing. And no, I'm not going to play for love nor money. He wouldn't start Kieran Tierney today. But if you want to go by in this Premier League and even give yourself a chance to win the Premier League, you have to start to look and play like those. To start in the game, you're still going to have Timber on the bench, you're going to have Skelly on the bench, you have Calafiori on the bench. You're still going to have a bit of option on the bench, but you want that attacking threat. If you don't use them start them, then think about to carry them on for the first hour, 50, 60 minutes, 65 minutes, you can bring them on. And that is more attacking threat when we're under the coach. Maybe we're not leading, maybe we want a goal. We need player like Kieran Tierney and Ben White who's going to overlap and they will get back in defense. And they actually, the reason why I really and truly want Ben White to start, because it will allow Nwaneri to press further. If Ben White is not playing, you see Nwaneri, he drop back to the halfway line. If Ben White play, we wouldn't have that. So we have Nwaneri doing less work, and he will do more work in the 18-yard box. Pick up the ball from the half line. There's a lot of work. They're gonna try to shut him down because they know that he's that good. I hear a pundit is put him against put him up beside Messi. No, don't do that. He's nowhere near Messi at the very present moment. At the very present moment, is nowhere near Messi class. People, leave the player alone. He's just 18. Leave him alone. Do not try to turn his head. So that's what I will do with the starting 11 going to Westham game. We know we're gonna go to away. We're gonna go to I forgot it. What's that team name that is sitting third behind us, 6 points behind us? We're gonna go there next Saturday, and that's even gonna be a harder task for we to go there and play. Yeah. So Mikel Arteta, you have to know how to rotate that team. You have to know how to start. I don't believe for 1 minute, yeah, that we got Nottingham Forest people. We're gonna go Nottingham Forest to play next week, and it's gonna be even way harder. And I don't believe, I would really like it happen, but I don't believe that we're gonna go on and win the Premier League. And so you have to give yourself the best chance, Mikel Arteta, to get something. It can be a miracle. It can be a miracle you used one of the, I would say, the weakest team in the Premier League to win the Premier League. It is possible. Do I believe it can happen? Yes, I believe it can happen, because it can happen. But highly unlikely it's not going to happen, because Liverpool, they're not dropping points. They're not losing game. They rather drop points than lose game. And they're not playing well. What if they start for the last 5, 6, 7 games, they just make a run for it? And they can do it, because we see what honestly, he come in the Premier League from the Dutch league, a weak league. We can compare the Dutch league with the EPL. That's how much weak the Dutch league is. We can compare it. We never say it is the EPL is better, we just so we can compare it with the Dutch league. So get a manager like that to come into the Premier League the first year and he's been ripping it up. People, it can be done. All Mikel Arteta have to do is just to understand how he's going to play it and play him card right, and we can get. The next thing I would love to see Mikel Arteta start to coach the player them. We want to score in the 18 or the 6-yard box, and it's not happening, because when you have that low block team coming with that low block, it is hard for us to break them down. No, start to take shot outside the 18. When you start to do that on a regular game, what the team gonna do? They're gonna come out and they're gonna want to try to block you and stop you, and that's the time you get to play that through pass. Yeah, that's the time you get a Nwaneri running behind, a Raheem Sterling running behind, and they're one-on-one with the keeper. That's the time, people. We have to mix it up. Manage and coaching is not that hard. Football is not that hard. It's a simple game. But if the manager is not coaching the player them to play a certain way, and if it's not working, go to plan A, plan B, plan C, then we're not going to win game. Now, people, what I'm going to say now, yeah, about what I hear Yardie say. This guy was sitting on and speaking, as it was as just a clip I see. And he was saying that when Mikel Arteta come in the team, he didn't rate him. And but along the time, basically, I'm not going to say word for it, I don't quite remember word for it, but I just remember what pisses me off. Along the time the years past go by, he started to rate him. And this year, basically what I'm saying, like, no, the reason why he backing him and rating Mikel Arteta is because Arteta going a 15 game unbeaten. 15 game unbeaten in the Premier League. And this is why the armchair supporter, Yardie, rate Mikel Arteta. Now, people, do you see the reason why Arsenal is where they are? The club and everything, the fans are everything. This is the reason why the club is where the club is. Arne Slot left the Dutch league, come in the Premier League, take over a side that Jurgen Klopp finished third in the Premier League with, yeah? And now they're 8 points clear. Arne Slot only lose one game in the Premier League. One. We played 26 games. So that means Arne Slot is 25 game unbeaten in the Premier League. 25. Yeah? Only Nottingham Forest beat him. Nottingham Forest beat him at Anfield and draw with him at away. Yeah? At home to them. Yeah? Only Nottingham. So he's got 25 game unbeaten. Yes, in that, there's a lot of draw in it. But the guy have 25 game unbeaten. So that simply means Liverpool standard, they don't watch that. That is nothing to them. But Arsenal standard, we are watching that. Because, don't get me wrong, it's not Yardie alone that you say that. After the game against Nottingham Forest, a lot of fans come out, oh, with 15 game. Like, do you remember 49-49 undefeated? 49-49, I say. 49-49 undefeated. We play football the Arsenal way. 49 game unbeaten. So, how embarrassing that is for hear a fan come out and saying they rate a manager because him a 15 game unbeaten. People spare me the flipping details. Spare me the Yardie. Are you deluded, fam? And Robbie, sit down there and allow the man to say that bull crap. Huh? That's why you rate the manager? A man who spends so much money in your club, but yes, they will have 3 player injury and the team is deflated, done. The guy know that Gabriel Jesus get injured before the transfer window closed, and he decide to go with Kai Havertz alone as a lone striker. Not thinking him, you know what? This guy can get a red card or get an injury and will have nobody. And nobody say nothing about that. How dumb and stupid Mikel Arteta is. That simply means this guy have no ability, coaching ability about him, because no other manager will do that. People get it up and saying that the club never back him. People listen to when Mikel Arteta speak, when they ask him about signing player in the January transfer window. What did he say? He did not see anybody to fit the criteria that they were looking for. He did not see, or if you want to say we did not see. That doesn't state it that money wasn't there available to sign a player. Remember people, Aston Villa stated that he could get their centre forward for 60 million and they bid 40. Ollie Watkins was going for 60 and they bid 40. So that simply means if Aston Villa did said yes to the 40, maybe they would have get Ollie Watkins, yeah? Maybe they would have get him. So there we go. Money was available. And I hear nobody saying nothing about that. But you're going to big him up to go ahead and call him a genius, to go ahead to beat Leicester City, who concede 50 to 54 goals in the Premier League already. They concede the second most goal in the Premier League. Only Southampton concede more than them. Yeah? Are you going to big up Arteta for bringing on Mourinho to score for me? Because Leicester wasn't playing good. The Leicester is not that good. I'm not saying nothing about the goal that the guy scored, but I'm saying people look into it, people peel it back and look into it. Yeah? Do you believe that Mikel Mourinho would have scored that? Highly unlikely. I'm not saying it's not possible. But he would have scored that against Liverpool, or we're going to play thingy there, Nottingham Forest, even Westham, because they have better defense. They do have better defense. Even though they're not getting that new manager bounce, yeah, they still, but I think they draw and lose 2 or something like that. But they're still a better side. The Premier League table show you they're better side than Leicester City. And we're going to big up Mikel Arteta for that, and not knowing that that guy cost us the Premier League title by not signing a centre forward when you know that you only have one recognized centre forward, and you're fighting for a Premier League title, and you're in the Champions League's last 16. Remember, you're in the Champions League's last 16 and you're fighting for a domestic title. But yes, still you never go out there and try to get a striker, and people going to put that aside and not say nothing. But guess what, people? You're going to hear them jumping and shouting and crying and moaning and bawling and weeping when we start to lose game and not scoring, because it's coming. It's coming. I'm not bad mouthing them. I don't want it to happen, but realistically, people, if we look at it, it's gonna come. I don't want it to happen, people. Trust me. I would love to see us win the Premier League, because it is possible. It is possible we can go out there and win the Premier League. Beat West Ham today with 5 points. We still have to play Liverpool, and if we beat Liverpool, then with 2 points, and we never know what can happen. Liverpool playing Sunday against Man City, we just don't know what can happen. So it is possible. But is it likely to happen? I don't think so. I'm just being fair here. And with the strength of the team, that's why I'm saying that. With the strength of the team, that's why I'm saying that. I don't believe it's likely going to happen. But it is possible. And I would be over the moon. I would be ecstatic. Oh my God. I would feel so good to see us winning that Premier League title. It is unbelievable. I'm not even going to talk about the Champions League, because, come on, that's something different. But yes, people, you cannot big up a manager for a 15 game unbeaten when a next manager have 25 and leading you by 8 points in the Premier League. Knowing that there's a lot of manager who go. Chelsea at one point, I never hear Chelsea come out and say Jose Mourinho went a whole season unbeaten at home. Man City do it, go a whole season unbeaten at home. Man City go way more than 15 game unbeaten already. And I never hear them fans coming out and singing and praising Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho or any other manager on the slot for going 15 game unbeaten. Come on, we need to take our head out the flipping gutter and understand that that is not football. It is not football, White Yardie. Don't big up a manager for that. The manager ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, and he's spending money. Look at the team, because right now we need to rebuild. Because people are going to believe that, oh, we just get one centre forward coming into the team and the team is going to be a much better team. No, people. One centre forward not going to cut it. We need to put back Declan Rice into 5 or 6. No, make him move from there, from now and after. We need to let him stay there. Yeah? Don't let him play as an 8, because we're leaking goal. We need to protect the back 4. These are we're going to need midfielder. We're going to need centre half, because Gabriel and Saliba, if one of them get injured like what we see happen, we're going to be in trouble. We need a centre half that's going to come in, we're going to fit in and slot in. We don't believe that Kibiok is the one to do it. We just don't believe that. So we're gonna need centre half. We're gonna need a goalkeeper. We're gonna need a goalkeeper. We're gonna need centre half. We're gonna need a maybe right back. Not that much because we have Tommy Yasu. We got Timber can play there, and we got Ben White. So maybe not much right back. Left back, we're not even gonna go there. Yeah, we're gonna need wingers, and we're gonna need centre forward. So we're talking about at least 6 players, and we're not talking about players to come on the bench. We're talking about 6 starting player, 6 starting player, and that's actually rebuilding back your team again. Is the cranky gonna trust Mikel Arteta with that amount of money coming in the summer? I don't know. I don't believe so. So these are the things that we're looking at. We have to rebuild, people. We have to. We have to. Is it that Mikel Arteta is the one to rebuild us again and take us where? Ask yourself the question. I'm not being a hater. I'm just speaking facts. Fiction. It's not fictional, it's facts, people. It's fact. So, people, big up on yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Yardman AFC will be at the game today, and we'll be jumping on it. So, big up on yourself. I'm out.